Ageism takes so many shapes that it can be really hard to see.
Most people will say that they feel younger or older than they actually are. There's a name for this phenomenon. It's called subjective age. Subjective age is perfectly described by the common expression, "you're only as old as you feel," which is a sentiment that we tend to accept at face value. The saying, "you're only as old as you feel," is a well-intentioned but misguided way to make peace with our own aging. To truly understand aging, we need to embrace one simple idea. Whatever your age, you feel the age that you are. You just thought it would feel different than it actually does. We say these things because our expectation for what it means to be any given age comes from what we learn about aging.
I think what's happened is society has trained us to have certain expectations.
What we learn about aging is often influenced by unconscious ageism. And ageism results from what we learn about aging. It's an insidious feedback loop resulting in a dysfunctional pattern of thinking that keeps us from seeing the potential in ourselves at any and every age. I'm 53 and I feel 53. This is what 53 feels like for me. Your 53 might be completely different. The paradox of aging is that while it's something we all have in common, no two people age in precisely the same way. Our geographic location, personal habits, race, gender, education, and so much more are all factors in our aging experience. Own your age. If you're old, own being old.
Do you mind about getting older then, Andy?
Oh, no, I'm old.
We don't ever get fooled into being old.
Of course. Old is such a silly concept.
They say I'm old. They call me Granny. They do, so.
I know 32-year-olds that are old.
Oh, yeah.
They sit at home all day and are just waiting to die.
Yep.
And I know people that are doing contemporary podcasts. I'm going to guess you're not 32. You're a little older, right?
35. Yeah, 35, 36.
33.
What? Their interview magazine, they call you Granny.
Everybody does.
What we say about it matters. What we do matters.
You have to grow older, but you don't have to act older.
100%.
Ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it exists within our relationships, very often in compliments. You run into someone that you haven't seen for like 20 years and you're like, "Oh my God, you haven't aged a bit." Or "You look great for your age." And they're like, "Thank you so much, that's such a compliment." But is it? Do we want to deny our age, or do we just want to say, "You look great"? Period. Part of the issue that leads to ageism is this misunderstanding that aging is just a process of decline. If you open up a magazine, if you very often look at a billboard, if you think about song lyrics, if you look at birthday cards, you will see that we have messages embedded everywhere that say anti-aging, ageless. I don't like the term ageless. Ageless denies age. We need to accept and embrace age. And if we can own that together, and we can actually put that out into the world, this is how we disrupt ageism. This is how we make a society that is built on age equity.
It isn't feeling younger that makes us healthier or more robust. That's a fallacy.
We have decades of research that show that people that have negative feelings about their own aging don't recover as well from illnesses, are more likely to have depression.
Younger isn't good and older isn't bad. What makes us live longer, healthier, more meaningful lives is changing our understanding of what aging is. Aging is the process of change that happens over time. Change to our bodies, our psyche, our social roles, and our emotions. And yes, this includes some decline. We are, after all, mortal beings. But having tunnel vision towards fear of decline prevents you from seeing the entire picture of your life. If we believe that growing older is solely a process of decline, it makes sense that we'd have a degree of fear around it. But aging is the simultaneous process of decline and growth. Remember that we are all role models for aging, because it's what we're all doing. We are all part of the aging population. It's the one thing every human being on the planet has in common.
You want to give it up for that?
This is about us. This is not about older people. This is about all people.